Hi guys, PJ here with Shadow of War, Middle Earth. Now, I'm a little bit late to the party with this game, I admit. Main reason? Don't buy the Windows Store version of the game. Good minute, it's taken me a long time to get this downloaded and multiple attempts to do it. So at $54.99, nah, go with the Steam version like you really should. Right, basically, what do I think of this game? Where is it at? How does it compare to the first one? Well, all is positive, all is good. The first game was a really ingenious system. As we all know, you've got the orc armies and how you can sort of mind control them and take over them, etc. And the Nemesis system, which sort of randomised things a bit and mixed it all up. Well, this game follows the same basic principles and expands on it. And of course, is not saddled by having to work on the old PS3 and Xbox 360. So graphics are a lot better and improved. The overall look is fantastic, to be honest with you. Available on obviously PC, Xbox One and PS4. Now it's not quite as straightforward though as just picking it if you're on multiple platforms. With PS4 you've got the Pro version, which is nicely enhanced. It uses checkerboard rendering to reach a 4K output. It is in HDR and has a very good look. It has improved shadows, it has improved texture filtering, so the look of the game is very good. There is also a 4K cinematic pack you can download for the PS4 Pro, not to be confused with a 4K texture pack. Now the 4K texture pack currently is only available for PC players. Now PC players get the 4K cinematic pack and the 4K texture pack. Now the texture pack, it requires an 8GB VRAM graphics card, so you're looking at things like RX 588GB, GTX 1070, 1080, that sort of thing. Otherwise you can't run the ultra textures, they're very memory intensive. Okay, now you're all thinking Xbox One X that's due out in a few weeks. Technically that should have the RAM to be able to cope with it. It should have the amount of memory needed to do it. So I would imagine we're going to see a 4K texture pack for that machine. As it stands right now, definitive version of the game is undoubtedly PC. Console, yes, it's PS4 Pro, you guessed it. But that does not mean to say that the other console versions are poor. They are not. Normal PS4 is 1080p, and the Xbox One version, or One S version if you like, is adaptive resolution. It can go up to 1080p, normally hovers around sort of 920p. So if you've got the choice of which version to buy, yes, it's going to be the PC version. Don't do what I did, don't get the Xbox Store version of it, the Microsoft Store version of it. Trying to download it is a disaster, it just keeps restarting and oh, I've lost count. Anyway, it also is very big to download. On PC you're looking at, I think it was 97 or 98 gigabytes for the entire thing with the cinematics, the ultra graphics pack, 4K graphics pack and the game itself. So that's a lot of downloading to keep going wrong on the Windows Store. It's not just that, the Windows Store version, like the Xbox One version and PS4 version, is $54.99. Steam version $44.99, and you can normally get it on PC for grey market key resellers for sort of $29.99. So it's a decent enough deal on PC. On the consoles, obviously it runs at 30 frames per second. It does lock to that very well. Xbox One 30 frames per second, pretty rock solid. Same with the other two, PS4 and PS4 Pro. Now down to the game itself. What does it play like? What do I think to it? Well, I'm not really a sword fighting sort of game person. I sort of like the more shooty mechanics than sword fighting, so Dark Souls and stuff is not for me. However, this game, some of the graphics look very nice. For example, his armour and everything is very detailed, and in HDR it's got a bit of a buzz to it. It's got some nice sunsets and stuff like that. Gameplay, it is good, it is catchy. However, I don't know if the game's verging on being too big for the gameplay it has. At the end of the day, you either kill an orc or you mind control an orc. Now how you do that is either stealth or all-out attack, or you've got a sort of little bow and arrow that you can use and shoot them all from a distance. It's up to you how you play it. Now, I could see that getting a bit old with the size of the game, because I say it's a much bigger map than the previous one. There's a lot more to it. And the Nemesis system, you know, like I say, you can recruit these guys and add them to your own army using mind control. So they end up, in a way, fighting for you. Or you could just go around and try and kill everything, sort of thing. It's up to you. It's not my cup of tea, but it doesn't mean to say it's a bad game. Far from it. I've played about, in total, 5 hours. The footage you're watching here is from very, very early on in the game. I did have some trouble recording the footage. For some unknown reason, my recording software decided to throw a wobbly after a few hours and didn't pick anything up. Don't know why, I'll have to have a look into it. So you're watching early footage in the game, okay? Your character can be leveled up, and it can also craft better equipment. Now you can pull bits and bobs off some of the fallen enemies and make your own stuff better, or swap your own stuff out for better stuff, so better swords, etc. Actual character himself can be improved as well. You've got stats like you would have in most other character-based games, where you can improve your character. It depends what you spend your resources on and where you want to spend them and where you want to go with your character. So there is a lot of customization available in that sense. Now, the game is actually selling really well. Okay, Steam reviews are brilliant. Everybody seems to like the game on Steam. It's got some good reviews going for it, and it's doing very well. So my overall score for the game, because I don't like sword fighting games, so that does factor in, and I can't get away from that. But even so, this game is a solid 7 out of 10. If you like the first one, you're going to love this, because it builds on it massively. I didn't like the first one, it wasn't me. But this still gets a 7, which is a pretty damn good rating for me. With that, buy it on whatever platform you've got and enjoy it, because there's nothing wrong with it. It plays well on all of them, and I've not had a single crash, not a single problem with this game. Funnily enough, just playing Gran Turismo Sport on the beta that they've got, it crashed quite a few times. So, fair play to this game. No crashes, and that's nice to see in this day and age, because too many games are being shipped buggy and rubbish. One other last thing for you PC guys, I must stress, don't even try and play this using Ultra Texture Pack unless you've got an 8GB card. It will not work. It's simple as that. 4GB, not enough. And with that, thank you very much for watching, and bye for now.